Hey, welcome to another episode of Champions Perspective. I'm your host, Smitty, three-time champion. You got to remind that every once in a while, we're getting close to the playoffs. Got to bring it up. With me, as always, is Tim Kovac. Tim, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Chip and a chair, my friend. Chip and a chair.
That's right. That's right. You're really pushing your way to get in that division, get in the playoffs, Timmy.
I deserved a loss. That's one of the few times I felt I deserved to lose a week, and I actually pulled out a W. So
Well,
it's good.
It's good to hear. Competitiveness. That's what we need. All right. Let's get into last week's lineup. I know we're a day late, fellas. We apologize for that. Circumstances. Shit happens. All right, we're back, Timmy, for Week 11 recap. How you want to start it off?
I want to start off with a little public service announcement. First off, Christmas beers are the only thing that are Christmas related that you should do before Thanksgiving. Like we were just talking about, if you get your tree up early before Thanksgiving, you should take that tree and shove it right up your ass. Christmas beers, only thing that you're supposed to be doing that's Christmassy before Thanksgiving.
Great point, Timmy. I hope a lot of people listen to that and take that to effect. Getting right to it. Adam Davis versus myself. Kind of a blowout.
It really was. Your team's rocking and rolling. You took it down. You're cruising right along, and you're in playoff mode already. So looking strong.
Yeah. It was nice when my defense just about outscored his top scorer. 20-some points.
It's always a good thing.
Always a good thing. Moving over, we got Schultz versus Puffer.
Upset of the week. Big Ben proved me wrong. Him and AB hooked up for big points, and Gurley had an off week, and Puffer got taken down. I think that's 2 in a row.
Down goes Frazier.
That's right.
Next up, we got the Kovac game.
Yeah. This one, like I said, it was a shit show. I took the win, like I said I would. I made a risky trade that almost ended my season, but should add a little flexibility moving forward as I make this playoff push.
Yep. Yeah, I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure Bill has the most 70-point games of the league this year. Like I said, I'd have to look that up.
That's my lowest score, so I'm glad he had one against me. I think he had one back in the beginning against me too, but I scored much higher points then. Probably not even much higher. But
I think you deserve that considering you've been running into all the top point getters.
I did need a little luck, and I found it. Like we said, chip in a chair, and we'll just keep moving.
Next up, we got a Monday night game. Decided everything. Mac Chase versus Cole Marshall.
I picked Cole to win. Mac took it down. Cole made a big trade. If he started any of the guys he picked up in that trade, he would have won. Kind of glad he lost.
Yeah, I agree with that. Next up, could be another upset of the week. You got Ron Meiser versus Pete Lamb.
That's true. Who was it? Ron or Puffer last week that was like, who's he wrecking? Apparently he's wrecking Ron's butthole.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, Manny Sanders has been coming up real small, which is one of the guys that was carrying Ron's team like out of the gate. Manny Sanders was dropping 25, 30 points a week. Past couple weeks, he hasn't been showing out. So hopefully Ron gets him back and he starts scoring points like he was, or it could really affect Ron's point totals.
Yeah, if Pete had that Patrick Mahomes trade never happened, maybe Pete's still rocking Alex Smith.
Pete 51 points out of Mahomes, and that was Ron's, you flip those quarterbacks around. I didn't do the math, but I'm assuming it'd be pretty close to a victory for it probably would be a victory for Ron there if you switch their quarterbacks because Mahomes got 51.
Ron's he's only got 2 losses. If that's the only thing that's come back and bit him through this whole year, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's true.
Still looking at number 1 in the playoff bracket.
It's true, especially the way Puffer's team's sliding.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, last game, Holbrook versus Scully.
I called this one right. Nick wins. I went 3-3 for the week, by the way. So Cam Newton, Mark Ingram, and Kenny Galladay, who balled out, were just too much for Scully.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, little buddy. All right. With that, let's jump into standings and playoff projections. You wave to Uncle Timmy?
Hi, Uncle Timmy.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, Timmy, we're looking at the standings. Let's jump right into the good division. We got Ron at 9-2, followed by Mac at 7-4, who just took that second spot away from Cole, who fell down to 6-5, followed by Pete at 4-7, who beat Ron. What do you think about this division there?
It's interesting. Like, I didn't see Mac charging the way he has been. His, like a lot of teams this year, it seems to be feast or famine, and his is a prime example. When Goff and Cooks hook up, he's a tough team to bring down. But like we said, Ron needs Manny Sanders to come back on strong, which he can, and Cole's team's actually really, really strong, and I actually just helped him out in the quarterback area, which I probably shouldn't have, but
So Max got a big bye week this week with Goff and Cook being off, so we'll see if he can keep winning throughout this division.
who's he playing? We'll get into that.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Down we got the ugly. We got Nick at 5-6. We got brother Bill at 5-6. We got Scully at 5-6, and we got you one game behind at 4-7. I mean, what's going on here?
It's like we've been talking about for weeks. It is certainly an ugly division, but I'm just a game back. If I keep winning out, I should be able to limp my way into the playoffs, which is all you're hoping for. Nick's team is still scoring a ton of points. Scully had a good week. Bill had an off week, which helped me out, which is awesome.
Yep.
So it's going to be week by week in this division. So, everybody's got to keep charging forward and see how it plays out. If I win this week, it'll come down to that last week. It could very well come down to the very last game to see who goes to the playoffs and who doesn't. So
that's a good point. It's a good point. Let's hope Scully doesn't hand the keys to Denise. And say, hey, baby, I'm so close to making playoffs. Maybe you can help me out.
Yeah. Scully, I need you to be picking your lineup this week and don't ask any questions of Denise, okay? Denise, do not help him this week. Next week, help him all you want. This week, let him run his own show, okay?
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Shit show Al can put up. Last division, a bad division. We got Puffer sitting at 8-3, coming off a loss to Ben Scholes. Me sitting at 7-4. Scholes sitting at 5-6, and Toilet Bowl champion not named yet.
It is. It's in the books. It's mathematically his at this point, isn't it?
Mathematically.
So, congratulations. Do we clap for that? Like, you won a trophy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, Pete, just send it. Just send it in the mail.
This one's interesting. Puffer's team is on a wicked slide right now. Andy's got a huge bye issue this week. Puffer's always got a huge bye issue, but you play him this week. All he's got going for him is Aaron Rodgers. Gurley's out. Tyreek Hill's out. Cooper Kupp's hurt. He's in trouble this week. So that could actually put you in sole possession of first place of your division if you pull out a victory. And it actually, depending on how the good division goes, you'll be knocking on the door for first place.
Oh, absolutely. Always looking for that bye week.
That's right. And I love how Ben's going right at Puffer with these team names. It has been fantastic. Just right at him.
What's nice, Ben, is Ben, you got some balls. You start winning some games. You start talking a little bit of smack.
It's good stuff.
In fact, I'm going to go back to that screen, Timmy. Let's take a look.
Happy belated birthday, Ben, by the way.
Absolutely, Ben. Let's switch over to projected playoff brackets. We'll take a look at this quick hitter. It seems it's going to change. It's going to change every week here with, these teams, these division games, which is, what we had asked a few years ago, which we said, hey, move division games to the beginning, move them to the end. Let's put a lot in, and in between are the not mean nothing games, but let's get you're gonna start in the beginning of the season, maybe guys don't perform. In the middle of the season, they start warming up. Towards the end of the season, your team better be where it needs to be.
Right. or if, like in my case, like I started out strong, I went 1-3 or 2-3 in the division. And if I finish strong and go 3-3, that'd give me the best record in the division, which I believe we just covered is the playoff tiebreaker for the same record.
Yep.
So if I win out, if we all have the same record, and which I still need some help, but I think we can get there. If I win this week and Nick wins this week, and then we meet in the finals in that last week, and I pull that one down, it would be a W for me into the playoffs.
Yep, playoff tiebreaker is intra-division record.
So that would be good because he had a loss week 1 to Scully. But then, like you said, all these can shift around. A couple wins and loses, you win, Ron loses. I think he still has the bye, but if his team slides on that final week, I think you jump him into that first place seat. He would slide down a few. He loses that valued bye spot. You know, Puffer, he might slide down to the 4th or 5th seat, depending on how this week's goes. Cole's team's primed to jump or even slide down a little bit further.
Yep.
Could be a very, very interesting board.
Yeah,
here.
you got yourself knocking on the door. You look at this.
Yeah.
The hell is that? Where'd the consolation go?
That's right. It's down there.
Was it?
And Ben's sitting there with the last seat, looking strong.
Now you
So
got,
now I'm at 8. I'm the next guy up.
Yep.
No, who's that?
No, you're at 10.
Bill.
You got brother
10.
Bill.
Bill's at 8. Scully's at 9. But if I jump into the same record as those guys, then I jump over them.
Yeah, 8 and 9 both just lost.
Yep.
You had Pete who just won, yourself who just won.
Apparently me and Pete have the same records and I'm ranked above them already. So if Scully and Bill lose this week and I move up, then I would be sitting at the 8th seed. Yeah. So one spot away.
Biggest surprise here is seeing Ben come up to the number 7 spot. He's
Ben's moving and shaking.
He hasn't done a lot. He's been minimal on the waiver wire, but seems like he's picked and chosen what he wants to do.
His team's coming alive at the right time, that's for sure.
Yep, I agree with that.
It'll be an interesting 2 weeks for sure. Interesting 2 weeks.
All right, Timmy, let's jump into your picks for next week.
Sounds good.
All right, Timmy, looking at week 12, let's do a little pick 'em here. We got myself 7-4 versus Brian Puffer 8-3, which you've already mentioned. Puffer is on a huge bye week.
Yeah, no Hill, no Gurley, no Cup. You roll and just keep getting playoff ready. Smith wins.
Welcome. All right, got Holbrook versus Bill.
This one, I picked Nick to win. No Kareem Hunt, no Robert Woods. That's going to be real tough. Bill got bit by the bye week bug this week as well, same as Puffer. Mm-hmm. His 2 best guys are going to be on a bye, and that's tough.
Winner of this will possibly share a division lead.
Yeah, possibly.
Moving on to another game in that same division, yourself versus Alan Scully.
I picked myself to win this one. Like I said, Scully, please don't get any help from Denise this week. It's still do or die for me. I'm going to need Scully to beat Bill. Actually, if Holbrook beats Bill this week, then it should all work itself out. But I picked myself. Hopefully I can get it done. Yeah,
you got a whole soap opera going on in that division.
Yeah, it's a mess.
One I'd rather not DVR.
Yeah. But, it's like Telemundo. It's garbage. It's Telemundo without the boobs.
Pete Lamb coming off of a big win over Ron Meister versus Cole Marshall, who got beat by 1.2 points.
Yep.
Which pick?
With minus 2.2 points from his boy Wentz. Yep. I think Wentz is going to come on strong, and it's going to be a real tough choice for Cole to make on some of his decisions moving forward. But unfortunately for Pete, he also got bit by the bye week bug. Patty Mahomes is going to be out this week, which definitely hurts his team. So I picked Cole to win.
Yep. Second to last here, we got Meister reeling from a loss, and Mac Chase coming off a win.
I believe Mac is also bitten by the bye week bug. Goff and Cooks, both on their bye. That's going to be tough to overcome, so I picked Ron to win.
Well, I like that. That was an easy pick there. Last up, we got Toilet Bowl Davis versus Ben Scholes.
I need Adam to win this one, kind of like a shoe-in, maybe so I could, if Ben loses out, I might still be able to sneak my way into that playoff. But I don't think he's going to. Ben's team is rolling. Big Ben is showing me that his road splits aren't what they used to be. He's playing better on the road, which is it's good for Ben. He's got Big Ben and AB, and they're both balling out, which is one reason why Ben's playing so well.
There's a lot of double dipping happened this year, which is, in the years prior, it seems to have hurt, but I don't know, really seems to be paying off this year.
The double dipping does seem to be paying off this year. It's crazy. Like you said, the previous years, it seemed to hurt. Like if you had those same guys, it would cost you multiple games but it's just such a pass-happy league now. It seems like it might be the way to go in the future. We'll see. Who knows what the future holds, but.
I tell you what, getting back to that Davis and Scholes matchup, just want to mention, Davis only has one win. I mean, we know how tough it is to lose in fantasy, and he just keeps pushing through. He keeps setting his lineups. He's not making collusion trades. He's not just dumping his team.
Hey, man, he turned me down 2 weeks ago when I was still in contention for the toilet bowl, and he's like, listen, I don't want it to look like I'm dumping. Because I actually offered him, I tried to make a trade for a receiver, and I offered him Andrew Luck because he has quarterback issues, and he's like, listen, I'm done trading. I don't want to make it look like I'm dumping or colluding. I'm like, I get it, man.
Yeah, so, we appreciate that competitive edge, Kamish. We appreciate you.
We do.
Not taking a dump, not just throwing in the towel. We appreciate that, man. It's good support of you.
I know, and trust me, man. I know how tough. My season looked real bleak. And it sucks. It sucks. But yeah, you're keeping it true, and you're being a true professional, man. That's good to see. Good for you.
Well, with that, Timmy, I think we both want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. To you and your families, be safe. Enjoy all that turkey.
Roger that. Take a little tryptophan and just mainline that shit.
Nobody's watching Thursday games. Same to you, bud. Happy Thanksgiving, Smith. To you and your family. All right. Later.